Hello, fellow human light beings. Welcome back to the Thunder Wizard YouTube channel, and it's time once again for our weekly Saturday evening live guided interdimensional meditation to manifest the Solar Flash Ascension event. And by doing this, we are in the act of questioning our reality and then changing it. Welcome back. All right, so I had some pretty powerful, intense energy feelings from the last meditation that we did. I haven't seen anything huge show up, other than there has been continual revelations in terms of the narrative being revealed for what it is. I have noticed a continuation of backpedaling from the Dark Force people who are running the show. So I can only assume that we did accomplish something. So we'll see what happens this time. I know that for me the energy has been very intense. I've been going through my own self-work. I'm still, I've only been back in the United States for a week, and if I'm honest, I'm still mourning the loss of being in my, perfect fantasy paradise. And this is Florida after all, and all the wonderful things that Florida has, there are some other things that don't compare to what I had before. So I'm having to walk my own teachings and focus on what it is I really want and focus on creating positivity. So I think that's going to be the focus for this meditation. However, I never really know what's going to happen until we get into it. Before we do, what I'd like to do is just briefly talk about what it is that I want to accomplish with this. And it is nothing short of completely focusing our intent on destroying everything associated with the limited three-dimensional reality. And what I've come to find out is that our third-dimensional reality is a bizarro, upside-down world. That everything that we experience as being objective reality, in this reality we say, you have to come back to reality. This is what the reality is. Well, that's not reality. The real world. Well, the real world in the third dimension is completely upside down. And what we experience as being real is that we experience ourselves as being limited. We experience ourselves as being victims of circumstance. We experience ourselves as not having control over what we do, what happens to us. We experience ourselves as being unable to control things like time and other, obviously we don't have control over other people. We are led to believe that we have to simply accept things as they are, meaning violence, war, governments, banks, money, all the negative things we're told, well, that's just real life. We have to accept that. We have to grow up and just accept that. We experience reality that other beings have limited or no empathy for us. Just like animals in the jungle, we assume any animal we come across is trying to destroy us, wants to eat us or kill us. And we can't trust our fellow humans. I talked about it in the video earlier today, where we're also programmed to feel the same way about spiritual beings, whether they be in higher dimensions or lower dimensions. There's this feeling of not knowing who to trust. The whole concept of fallen angels, the idea that there could be these beings that are sacred and holy, and they're closest to the most pure sacred being, and somehow they're still able to fall from grace and become corrupted and evil. And the most evil being on the planet, according to Abrahamic religion, used to be the closest one to the most sacred being called God. And that is our perception of reality, and I'm here to tell you that that is completely, totally upside down from what reality is. So what we are demanding is that that perfect reality be manifest for us in our experience while we are still in our third dimensional incarnated bodies. So the assumption is that we have the power to change that with our intentions. And as I said in the video earlier today, in order to come to that conclusion, you have to adopt the assumption that you are not a created being, you are not limited, and you are not forced to accept the creation of other beings greater than you, but the exact opposite of that, which is that we are the creators of everything in this universe, and we have chosen to come to this limited reality in order to experience a challenging consciousness experiment. That experiment has come to an end, but we are the ones that have to end it. So I would like for you to think about what your perfect reality is, and do not compromise. Do not compromise. My perfect reality, I've shared with you a lot of thoughts about that, but my perfect reality, see, I'm trying to find, where is it? Trying to find, is this it? No. Is this it? No. That's not it. Here it is. My perfect reality is achieving a conscious connection with the eternal soul, operating from your soul, not your human mind or your human body. Creating a frequency where narcissistic abuse is impossible. Not just that it doesn't exist, but that it is impossible. Unlike the Abrahamic version where you're in perfection, but all of a sudden somebody can choose out of nowhere to become narcissistic. Does that make any sense? That's not where narcissism doesn't come from that. Narcissism comes from when you are horrifically abused. It is a defense mechanism. So the idea that some being could be close to the most pure being called God and be full of bliss and somehow get a little bit of a weird splinter up his butt and out of nowhere become a narcissist, that doesn't happen. So we're going to create a world where that is impossible. Create a frequency where self-devaluation is impossible. Create a frequency where spiritual awareness is rewarded. Live in a world where your happiness is the most important goal. Live in a world where your eternal value is never questioned. Live in a world where your freedom is never in question. Live in a world where your safety is never in question. Live in a world where all people are your family, no one is ever discarded. Live in a world where your only requirement is to express your soul. To live in a world where all conscious life forms are welcome. We could continue a world where there are no banks, there is no government, there are no armies, there is no police. There is only bliss, love, empathy, kindness, beauty, creativity, spiritual expression. And to talk like this, I hear myself and I want to say, come on, get real. But actually the reality we call reality is not real, it is the opposite of real. So we're going to bring true reality to our experience. That is my goal. You are free to create whatever perfect reality you have in your mind. But anyway, that's where we're headed with this. So we can go ahead and get started with the meditation. So get yourself in your comfortable place, wherever that is. Feel free to lie down. If you don't want to fall asleep, then sit up or sit on the edge of a chair, sit on the edge of a bench. That's a very powerful way to meditate, keeping your spine straight and keeping your neck straight, looking straight down in front of you on the ground, a few feet ahead of you. That keeps your neck from going back like that. And this will open up energy to flow through the meridians and open up the crown chakra. But feel free to lie down, put on headphones, cover your eyes, do whatever you need to do. Whatever makes you happy. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and close our eyes and just begin breathing long and deep. Inhaling deeply, expanding the abdomen, exhaling completely. As you're breathing long and deep, allow the force of gravity to pull you down towards the earth, pull you deeper into your chair, deeper on the couch, deeper into the bed, deeper on the floor. This is Mother Earth's embrace. She loves you so much she can't tolerate the thought of you flying away, so she hugs you to herself as her child. Continue to breathe long and deep. Allow your energy to sink deep into the earth. Let Mother Earth cradle you, protect you. She is completely devoted to giving you all of the resources that you need. Breathing in the air that she's created, which nourishes your blood and all of the cells of your body. Breathing in the life force energy, consciousness that exists in the air around you. Now we're going to chant the Huar breath, which you hear in the background. Huar, H-U-A-R, which means earth transforming to 5D as a result of solar radiation. Huar. Let's go ahead and you can chant with me. Inhale and begin. bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. Continuing to breathe long and deep. Let us now focus on our heart center. This is where your soul resides. Your soul is completely detached from all of the third dimensional drama. All of your emotions, your fears, your anxiety, your desires for physical things, your issues, your challenges, all of these things are not binding to your soul. Your soul is beyond these things. Your soul merely observes your human self as you go through this 3D matrix. Focusing on your heart. Allow the energy to begin to vibrate and swirl around in your heart center. We are now going to bring our attention to our energy body, and we allow ourselves to float out of our heart center and float up above our physical bodies. So just take a moment to look down on your physical body and to send gratitude and love and healing. Thank your body for giving you a wonderful vehicle through which your soul can experience this limited third dimensional consciousness experiment. Become aware of all of the negativity that you take on, and we are going to leave all of that 3D human negative experience behind. So as we continue to send love to our physical body, we allow ourselves to rise up towards the ceiling. We go through the ceiling and we pass through and above the roof of our homes. We look down and we find ourselves being pulled up further and further away from the surface of the earth. We can see our home shrinking in the distance. We can see our neighborhood. We can see the city that we live in. We can see the state that we live in. And as we continue to rise up, we see the continent on which we live. And we rise further and further up into the sky until we come to the edge of Earth's atmosphere. We allow ourselves to break free from Earth's gravity and Earth's atmosphere. We're now floating out into space, and we can see down at the globe of the Earth, and we realize that we are no longer connected to anything associated with 3D space-time. All of our human challenges and issues we have left behind. We are now free of all of that. And as we float here in space, we can look down on Earth and we see that the Earth is a being, that she has consciousness just like we do. And we can sense how much she has been struggling. And I personally can sense that things have gotten easier for her as a result of this work that we are doing. So we're going to bring more relief to her by the end of this meditation. So we send our love to Mother Earth and we tell her how much we love her, and we tell her that we will free her from this third dimensional experiment and allow her to breathe free and experience her true higher dimensional self. We send these good thoughts and these good feelings to her. And then what I'd like for you to do is to look around and find the sun. see the sun in the distance. The sun is your mother. She brings you all of the light. The center of the sun is feminine. The rays of the sun are masculine. The essence of the sun is a feminine being. And I'd like for you, in your own words, just to tell the sun how much you love her. She loves you constantly, 24/7. She never stops broadcasting and shining pure love to you. So take a moment and just in your own words, tell her how much you love her. And now bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. Look around for the moon, find where the moon is, and we are going to tell the moon how much we appreciate his light and his healing, his guidance, and we are going to ask that the moon balance our emotions and focus our meditative minds. Go ahead and do this now in your own words. Now bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. What I'd like for you to do now is to mentally reach out to your spirit guide. If you don't have one, then you are going to send out a mental invitation that the light being that is your personal guide come to you. Go ahead and invite your guide to come to you now. And I'd like for you now to take a moment and ask your guide if your guide has any words of encouragement, any advice, or any information that will be helpful to you. Go ahead and ask them now. And bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. We're now going to invite all light beings from everywhere in the multiverse, in every dimension. We're going to invite all extraterrestrial light beings from any other planets, civilizations, to come and aid us in this very important work of awakening ourselves and freeing Mother Earth from the bondage of the third dimensional experiment. So go ahead and mentally send out the invitation to all light beings, including deities, angels, guides, ETs. Invite all of them to come and to empower your meditations. Go ahead and do this now in your own words. Okay, now bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. We are now all together as one family, and as an interdimensional family, we are going to put our energy into balancing the entire cosmos. it's important to understand that this healing that we are bringing to the earth actually has a very far-reaching effect on all of the dimensions and all of the realms of consciousness. We have created some imbalances because of the excesses of our human experience in the third dimension, and we are seeking the help of everybody to balance this, but it's also beneficial for them as well because all consciousness is connected. So we are now going to bring our attention to all of these beings and invite them again to come and empower us in every way possible. Do this now. And I feel a very strong response to these requests. So we can be confident in knowing that we are completely surrounded and empowered by our light being friends. We're now going to focus our attention onto our mother, the sun. She has been doing a lot of work. She herself is going through a very powerful transformation. So what we are going to do first is we're all going to fly towards the sun, and we are going to surround the sun. Bear in mind, we are enormous in our energy bodies, but there's also an infinite number of light beings, deities, gods, extraterrestrials, angels, spirits. There's no shortage of beings that are with us. We are now going to surround our mother, the sun, and we are going to send her all of the love that we can so that she can be empowered to send the continuous solar waves of love, which we call the solar flash. So we are now completely surrounding our mother, the sun, and there is a ring of light beings stretching off into all directions infinitely. There's an infinite number of them, and all of them are focused on our mother, the sun. We're now going to chant the Huar breath to her, because this is the energy that she sends to our Mother the Earth and to all of the beings that are on planet Earth. So once again, we are going to focus on this mantra. Take a deep breath in, focus on Mother Earth and chant with me. Inhale. attention back to the sound of my voice. Now we are going to pull away from the sun. We are going to allow ourselves to fly completely out of our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy. And we look around and we can see many other galaxies surrounding us, way off in the distance. We're now going to allow ourselves to float over to the center of the Milky Way galaxy. This is actually a very powerful place. There is a very powerful deity that rules our galaxy, who resides in what we perceive as being the black hole or the central sun. We're going to do something very special at this moment. We are gathering ourselves over that central sun of our galaxy. We are going to invite the ruling deities of all of the other galaxies that surround our galaxy, whether we can see them or not. And these other galaxies are going to send the consciousness, the well-wishings, and the power that they have, which will align our galaxy with all of the other galaxies and civilizations across the multiverse. So while we're floating above the center of our galaxy, I'd like for you to send out a mental invitation so that the lords of all the other galaxies can come and serve us. Do this now. Bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. We're now going to focus all of our energy now on the center of our galaxy, including all of the lords of the other galaxies. And we are going to send a refined, very concentrated, higher dimensional energy of pure conscious awareness. This is going to refine the consciousness of our galaxy, and this will be sent directly through the central black hole of our galaxy, which has a direct connection to the center of our sun. We are sending very high vibrational consciousness energy, and we are going to be channeling the consciousness and the intention of the lords of the other galaxies as well. So we all now turn and we focus our energy at the center of our galaxy, which to us looks like a very bright light. But we know at the center of that is a wormhole that can go directly towards the center of our sun. We're going to chant the Hua breath together, and I want you to imagine not only all of us, but all of the light beings that we have been working with, as well as the lords of the other galaxies who are channeling all of the well-wishings and the intentions of all of their inhabitants in the multiverse. It's a very powerful ritual that we are doing that will help planet Earth shift up and become part of the multi-dimensional consciousness of the universe. So go ahead, take a deep breath and chant with me. Inhale. attention back to the sound of my voice. We are now going to say goodbye to the visiting lords of the other galaxies. We thank them for their service to us and to our Earth. We now focus on the center of our galaxy. We've sent a great deal of very refined energy through the wormhole. We are now going to follow that energy that we've sent. So we and all of our light being friends, we begin to descend towards the center of the Milky Way. We go through all of that very bright, intense light, and we come upon the gateway to the wormhole which goes directly into the center of our sun. And we go into this portal and we find ourselves going through this wormhole, very much like being on a roller coaster or inside of a water slide, twisting and turning. And then we find ourselves emerging in the center of the sun. The sun is expecting us and is waiting for us. We are now going to use our combined intentions to further purify this energy. This is an energy of very, very refined awareness. And when this energy strikes Earth, it will be impossible not to become more aware. This is going to be a very powerful energy transference, and it is going to be pure consciousness. So I'd like for you to be thinking about that for just a moment and aligning yourself to this energy, very powerful, very refined, very beautiful, but extremely conscious energy. This energy is very cleansing. And for any negative energy that tries to resist it, that energy will be neutralized. It will be deleted. It will be destroyed. We consciously know that we are sending this incredibly powerful energy, which has the ability to completely destroy and delete corrupt, narcissistic devaluation. We also make the commitment that we know that many beings will resist this on Earth. We are aware that we ourselves might feel some resistance in our physical bodies as a result. And we make the decision that we are willing to die to our third dimensional attachments. With this in mind, we are going to further refine the energy in the center of the earth by chanting the Hua breath. Inhale and chant with me. your attention back to the sound of my voice. We have now concentrated that very highly charged consciousness energy. It has now been concentrated into what looks like a very powerful pearl that is sparkling with extreme energy, shining and sparkling. It looks like it's an entire dimension in and of itself. And this has now been concentrated in the center of the sun. And now we are going to release this energy through the sun. When we chant the Hua breath next, we are going to be sending this directly from the sun and sending it straight towards Earth. It's going to travel through space, and when it gets to Earth, it's going to penetrate all the way to the center of the core of the planet, and it will then explode its energy first into the center of the Earth, transforming the Earth, which will then radiate out towards the surface of the planet and all of the beings on it. This is what is going to happen. We haven't done this yet, but this is what is going to happen. So we're going to chant the Hua breath together. All of us, all of the light beings, all of the deities, we're going to do this all together with one chant. And it's going to send this pearl of pure consciousness directly into the center of the Earth. Ready? Inhale and chant with me. Inhale. And now, bring your attention back to my voice. I can feel that this has made impact. I can feel it in my body. We were successful. We are now going to thank Mother Sun, and we and all of our guides are going to respectfully back out of the center of the sun. We are now going to make our way to planet Earth. You can feel the energy continuing to grow. It's getting very powerful. And we surround Earth. If we were to look at Earth from above, we would see rings of light beings going off into infinity. If we were to see into the center of the Earth, we would see this very powerful pearl of energy beginning to move, and it's beginning to, like a cell dividing, it's beginning to divide and grow and pulsate, and it's soon going to explode its energy all through the Earth, all the way up to the surface of the Earth and beyond. We are now going to send energy to help all conscious beings on Earth, including plants, animals, to be able to absorb and use this energy and allow this energy to flow through all of us so that we can easily rise up to the next level of awareness. And we will do this once again by chanting the Hua breath. So send positive energy towards Mother Earth to help her stabilize this energy and to help send it to all conscious beings on Earth. Get ready to chant. Ready, inhale with me. And bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. Continue to breathe long and deep, focusing your energy on planet Earth. And you can see the energy pulsating, rippling all through the planet. You can feel the energy in your physical body still on planet Earth. All of the light beings that are with us are vibrating with this energy. All conscious beings are seeking to evolve to the next level, not just planet Earth. This is all across all of the dimensions. All beings are shifting up. I'd like for you now to focus your attention on all of the light beings that are surrounding you. You can see and feel that they are filled with love and gratitude and pride. They look upon you as one of their own, and they recognize you as one of the most powerful deities in the multiverse. What I'd like for you to do right now is to look into their eyes and allow them to project into your mind how they see you and to show you who you were before you incarnated. Go ahead and ask them to do this now in your own words. And now what I'd like for you to do is to repeat back to them what you believe they have shown you. Verbalize to them what you are and who you were before you became human. Do this now. And bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. You can continue this interaction anytime you choose. Just bring it to mind and continue to do this interaction as many times as you wish. Now what I'd like for you to do is to thank all of the gods and the deities and the light beings that have come from all different points of the multiverse. Allow them to give you any final instructions, share any thoughts, any feelings before they go back to whatever it is that they are choosing to do. Go ahead and do this now in your own words. And bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. Those beings have now gone back to their realms. Many may choose to stay because there's so much going on. And now I'd like for you to focus on your specific guide or guides. And I would like for you once again to ask them to tell you if there's any advice or information or words of encouragement. Go ahead and do this now. And now bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. We're now going to, we take one last journey with our guides. We're going to turn from Earth and we're going to see off in the distance a bright white light. And we are going to travel to that light. As we get closer and closer, we allow ourselves to be completely engulfed by this light. This is the light of pure consciousness. This is the conscious source, which we might call God. This is the quantum field. And what I'd like for you to do now is, in this bright white quantum field consciousness, bring to mind your perfect world. Everything that you would like to have and be, your greatest fantasy, bring it to your mind right now. And now bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. Whatever it is that you focused on, since you've done it here in the quantum field, it will manifest. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And now I would like for you to retain the memory of that fantasy. And whenever you have spare time and whenever you are sad, lonely, frightened, depressed, insecure, you can come back to this thought and focus on it. The more you focus on it, the quicker it will arrive. And we now back out of the quantum field. We are now back in space. We turn and we look at Earth in the distance, which is still vibrating and releasing all kinds of rainbow-colored energy into all directions. And we make our way back to our Mother Earth. And as we park ourselves just outside of Earth's orbit, we say thank you to our guides. And what I'd like for you to do now is to send a mental invitation to all conscious beings of light who love you. Give them permission to come and visit you anytime, for any reason. If they need your advice or your help, you will give it to them. And if they feel that there's something they can do to help you, to upgrade you, to help your consciousness whether that's in your dreams, your meditations, your waking life. To the extent that you are comfortable, send out this invitation that all higher light beings who love you can come and visit you whenever they choose. Go ahead and do this now. And bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. We're now going to release all beings to go back to where they choose to go. Our personal guides, of course, will come with us because they are always with us. And we are looking now down on earth, seeing all of this powerful, this sparkly rainbow energy flying around in all directions. There's so much going on down there. There's so much change. We're now going to allow ourselves to go back into Earth's atmosphere, and we immediately feel this is not the Earth that we left. We go further and further down towards the surface, and we see the continent on which we live. We see our state, our territory. We go closer and closer. We can see the city that we live in. We can see our neighborhood, and there's our home. We now float down and float down through the roof. We hover above our physical body, which we can see is pulsating with energy. We're now going to lovingly send even more energy to our physical body. What I'd like for you to do is to imagine loving, healing energy going into all of the organs, into all of the cells, the bones, the tissues, the brain. But we are also going to be sending this higher vibrational energy so that our body will be able to handle it. I would like for you to imagine your perfect body having perfect health, perfect youth, perfect strength. Go ahead and do this now. Send this energy to your body. And now allow yourself to float back down into your body. And as you're entering your body, inhale very deeply. Hold it. Bring all of your energy back into your physical body and exhale. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Inhale very deeply one last time. And exhale. Rub your hands together. Put your palms over your eyes. Feel the warmth of your palms over your eyes. Inhale that warmth into your brain and body. Inhale. Down to your feet and exhale. Once again, inhale all the way down to the soles of your feet. And exhale. Inhale one last time. And exhale. Rub your eyes, your face, your scalp, back of your neck, front of your neck, shoulders, arms. Come completely back in your body. I don't know if you can hear the thunderstorm that showed up very conveniently during all of this. Okay, so I think a lot's going to come from that. As always, be kind to yourself afterwards. Take it easy. You know, if you want to go take a walk in the woods, or take a, stroll in the ocean, or take a salt bath, or something very relaxing, allow your body the ability to absorb what has happened. Allow your mind to expand into what we've done. I can tell you that I felt a lot of things happening. I felt a lot of acknowledgement from the light beings that were interacting with me and letting me know that we were accomplishing things. I don't plan these things out normally. I just let my intuition guide me, and it took me into some interesting places I hadn't thought of. But, this really is about what we're willing to do. And, there's no rules. It's really about what you choose to intend. And so give yourself the right to fantasize and intend the most beautiful, wonderful, powerful things. I myself have made the commitment that I am going to relentlessly send this energy to Earth, and it is my intention, I am consciously intending that this energy be so powerful that nothing can resist it, that no evil will be able to resist this energy, and that any beings on this planet that choose not to ascend, they will be forced to leave. They will be forced to go create their own little world somewhere else. So I am fully committed to this transformation, even if my human brain doesn't understand it, even if it's beyond my ability to comprehend. I am no longer willing to allow what has been going on to continue. So, you're free to intend whatever you wish, as long as it gives you joy and gives you peace. Having said that, we can go ahead and end this meditation for today. I'll see if there's anything special. By the way, if these meditations do anything for you and you want to support the channel, you can click on that $sign, and all of those, all of that support is definitely appreciated. Of course, you can go here to thunderwizard.com and subscribe at whatever level you want. All subscriptions beyond the free are appreciated and allow me to continue to do this. And you can go to the shop. As you know, the shop has all of the energy practices. You can find those there, and you can also do the practices in the thunderwizard.com 90-day challenge. All kinds of good stuff there. I won't get into all of that. Go check that out for yourself. I want to thank everybody who has been stepping up and supporting the channel. It has been noticed. I appreciate it. And I appreciate, and let me once again invite all of you who would like to come to this live Zoom class and discussion group. And this is found at the thunderwizard.com website. You can subscribe to that. There's two ways to do that. If you're already my apprentice, there's a level that you can subscribe to. If you're not an apprentice, there's a level there, and everybody is welcome. And basically, it's wherever level you're at, the price is the same for the Zoom class. It just depends on whether or not you're an apprentice or not. But this is very important, and I encourage everybody who's doing these meditations to come and subscribe and be a part of these. Because one of the things that will happen when you do these meditations and you do this work and you start working with light beings, you're going to find out how completely, totally different reality is than what you thought. And you will go through confusion. You will go through feeling like you don't know what's real anymore. You're going to think you're making it up. You might think you're crazy. So when you talk to other people who have had the same kinds of experiences, you find out very quickly that you're not crazy. And you realize that you couldn't have made this up, because what that person said, nobody else could possibly have said that if they hadn't been through the same thing. Like I myself, I can tell within the first couple of words whether or not somebody has been outside of the third dimension. You also will. When you've experienced any kind of truly higher dimensional experience, you know when somebody's talking about that thing that you've experienced. You can just look them in the eye and you know that I know that you know that I know. And you can also tell when somebody hasn't. So it's important to connect with people who can help create a new consensus, because that's what's very important. We need to have a new consensus that allows us to imagine a new reality that is completely different and opposite from what we thought reality was. So I invite you to these, to subscribe to these live Zoom classes. The next one will be the first Friday of June, which is coming up pretty soon, and then the third Friday in June. All right, so that is it for me. Since I'm now in Florida, times may change in terms of appointments, because otherwise I'm up until midnight and it's just too late for me. And I'm telling you guys also that because the support, what did I just do? The group might also, the time may change a little bit just so that I can, get to bed on time. I can't think of anything else. When you go to the shop, by the way, do not use the phone app. If you use the phone app, it will cost you more money. I don't know why, but they charge you more money to use the app. And some people say, I can't get on to Patreon now. Well, just don't use the phone app. Just use the browser. You can use the browser on your phone or on your laptop or whatever. All right. That's everything that I can think of. Let's see if there's anything here. Thunder is outside having a fire tonight. Went for a hike today. Let all the trees know they should prepare for some big stuff tonight. We're ready. Tim, it's still light where he is. Blindfold time, I hear you. Thundra then says, there are never any words to describe these meditations for me. Thank you, Mahadeva. You're welcome. Thunder Bunny says, very nice. Film sample CG. I was a bit distracted in this meditation, but I'm glad I did it. Yeah, you don't let your distraction stop you. Trust me, things are happening. Just, don't judge the experience. Lots of times I'll be distracted and I get all kinds of crazy jolts of energy, which, understand that the beings we're working with are real beings. They're not imaginary. So just because you're distracted doesn't mean they disappear. They're still there. And you can bring yourself back. One of the things I do to take myself out of being distracted is I tell myself, this is really happening. This is a phrase that I'll say in my head. This is really happening. I am really doing this. And it brings me back to it. brings me back to be able to use my imagination. But I know because the other beings let me know that they are real and what's happening is real. You may think you're imagining it, but trust me, it is really going on. You'll find this out the more that you do these meditations. But I understand what you're saying. Tim Z enjoyed the meditation. Priestess agrees. Yeah, is this real or just a dream? Well, the third dimension is the dream. Reality is when we are actually dreaming and intending. That's reality. And the goal is for us to be consciously to shift into that reality. It's like having a lucid dream that you choose to wake up in. That's what we're creating. Anyway, that's it. All right, so again, be good to yourself. Keep your eyes on the world and we'll see what happens. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to start happening. I think there's probably going to be a lot of solar activity and Earth activity. I think there's going to be a lot of things erupting all over the Earth. Let's watch and see what happens. That's it, my friends. I love you. Thank you all for showing up. I couldn't do this without you. It's my sole purpose in life now is to do these meditations, and I need you to do it. Without you, I wouldn't have the power to accomplish the things that I'm doing. The light beings wouldn't have the ability to accomplish the things that they're doing without you. We have to do this together. When we come together and meditate together, it is quantum in its expansion. So, and by the way, nothing can resist it. There is no force on this planet. The dark forces cannot. They have no defense against us when we come together and meditate. They have no defense against it. So just know that. This is literally the most powerful thing that anybody can do. And only you can do it. And I need you. So thank you for showing up. That's it. I'll see you guys all very soon. If we don't all shift out of the third dimension and go to 5D, which I'm perfectly ready to do, if that doesn't happen, I will see you guys all very soon. Thank you so much. Please take very good care of yourselves.